Chris, Stephen Hill coming back, huge boost.
Yeah, it's fantastic for us. So really keen to start getting players like that back so we can start to get a bit of continuity back with our team. And he's been able to do all the training. So, yeah, we're really pleased that he'll be at full strength and really be able to get these next few games in before the finals.
Was there any thought of resting him or any other players this week?
Not really, no. We'll certainly, players won't play if there's any doubt. But, we've got a job to do and we've continued to work with the group of players we have. The players that have come in have really been able to do the job for us. So, no, we really want to be an uncompromising team throughout the rest of the year and continue doing, hopefully, what we've been doing.
Ross flying over this morning, just getting a sneak peek at tonight's game, I assume.
Oh, yeah, look, he only just left about an hour or so ago just to have a bit of a look at that game. So, yeah, that's what he's done.
With finals around the corner, obviously that's something that you guys are already looking at.
Our main aim is obviously still beating Melbourne this Sunday. And, we understand they've changed the way they do a few things with Neil Craig in charge, and a lot of respect for the way that they go about it. So, yeah, that's our number one focus.
How excited are you about how this team's coming together and obviously what to do with putting it together?
Look, it's a really exciting time for the club, we get that, but I think the moment-by-moment call that the players have said and Ross has said is really important to us. And, we've still got a young group. There's a lot of players at this club that have come to the club really 2008, 2009, who are into their fourth and fifth years, and I think that's the rewarding thing. But at the end of the day, we know that if we don't give our best and turn up at our best, we'll get beaten.
Gareth Ibbetson's missing a third in a row now. Is it more serious than first thought?
No, we don't think so, but you're right, third in a row's, it's not great for us. So, look, we're expecting him to be able to have a full week of training next week and hopefully get back next week.
Has it just been a soreness issue?
Yeah, just a soreness with the Achilles. It's nothing major. Well, we know it's nothing major, but we'll be able to tell you more when he's out in the track and he's playing.
Who do you think should be favourite for the flag at this point?
Oh, look, it sounds a bit ridiculous, but I haven't really looked at it closely enough to say who's favourite. We've just really, as what happens with the footy club, week by week, we just roll into the next week. We don't get to smell the roses too much and you don't get to feel sorry for yourself too much. So, look, at the end of the day, I'm not too sure. It'll work itself out in the next couple of weeks, but it's an exciting time, so it's good.
Matt DeBoer spoke about the lapse in the second quarter on the weekend, and Ross has talked about four-quarter efforts all year. How keen are you guys to keep working on getting things right from the first siren to the final siren?
Well, it's the key to us. We know that if everybody plays their role and plays to a standard and by the trademark that our players and that our club have set, we think we'll be a very competitive football team. But we know with our list and our playing group that if that drops off, and we've seen it in games. Last week's a great example. A young team really played all over us for a period of time. So we can't afford to do that. It's a huge focus of what we're trying to do, and I think the guys have been doing it pretty well.
Mark Harvey said today he doesn't think he'll ever put his hand up to be a senior coach again. Does that surprise you?
Oh, look, we worry about ourselves. At the end of the day, we've got a game this week that we have to win against Melbourne, and really the coaching staff and the players are my number one thoughts.
Chris, is it almost psychologically good to get a win on the MCG heading into the finals, knowing you'll have to go back?
I think it's good to play there, and obviously we're there to get the job done. The conditions, we've heard that the conditions might be a bit different. It doesn't worry us. We need to be, anywhere, anytime. We need to do what we do, and I think it's good for the guys to get on the bus and go to the MCG and get to play on that ground. We last time we played there, we didn't get the results, so we need to make sure we do Sunday.
Looks like it's going to be a bit wet and windy. Does that play into your game style a bit?
Oh, look, I think there's strengths and weaknesses for every team. I just think it's great for our young group to be able to experience the MCG. We don't get to play there very often, and I know the guys will be looking forward to it.
How's Luke McPharlin tracking along?
Luke's going well. He's still on schedule to play in the next couple of weeks. He stepped up his training, and we're hoping we see him a bit more out in the track next week.
So at best, he'll probably only get one hit out before the finals.
Well, that's the schedule at this stage. But if he reaches his KPIs, then he's a chance for next week. But at this stage, ideally he gets the round 23 game in before the finals, and then goes from there.
It's a bit of a limited preparation. How do you think he'll respond going into?
I think our club's got a history of players who are getting over injury and recovering, of really being able to get back into the team and having effects. So I don't think there's a big issue with that with Luke.
You spoke about the youth in the group. How happy have you been with the service from sort of the second-year midfielders this year?
I think our second-year players have certainly had an influence, but as we all know, that anybody who comes into our team needs to perform, and they need to to play by the standards that are set, and that's what our second-year players have done. And we've had some young players, step in this year as well, that they've all been able to do that. But it doesn't really matter if you're a first-year or a 10-year player. There's some standards that you need to play at, and if we don't play at them, we're not going to get the results.
Chris, you probably know the ramifications for a top 2 position. Do you watch the games that affect that scenario?
Look, I watch a lot of footy, so I watch all games. But I can honestly say that, the game I'll be watching, the most is obviously the game that we play Sunday. So our main thing is everything else is out of our control. We need to get the job Sunday, and then we've got a 6-day turnaround to play another really good team back home here. So they're our key thoughts.
Ross has said that Jack Watts isn't a priority, recruiting-wise. Last night he sort of left the door open for the possibility to sign somewhere else. Now that you've signed some of your local, your own kids, are you now looking at Jack Watts again? Is he now a possibility?
I think we've said all along our priority certainly is to retain our list, and really out-of-contract players at other clubs we don't comment on, and we've got a fair bit of work to do at the moment in what we're doing now. We'll be having our list management committees in the next couple of weeks, and then finalising that at the end of this season, and that's when we'll be finalising our target players then.